this is the picture now that's got me thinking, because there's Grace and myself with the 3 children, and I'm just beginning to think that can't be the top of a house, can it?
Yeah, that's a chimney. It looks like
No,
a
no,
shed.
that's a shed.
Yeah, that looks like a shed.
Well, probably.
If Bruce is only about a year old, so
Yeah.
did you say it was
Yeah,
1946 he was born?
Bruce fought 1946, yeah.
So it's roughly where
Well,
you
we lived
were.
in,
46.
we lived in Cleveland in that house. We lived at number 3, Rochford Avenue, Anchor's Own Lane, Cleveland. So if that picture there shows the shed, then I'm convinced that that's the what would you call that, fencing.
Yeah.
And think this must have been with my back to the garden, facing them at 3 Rochford Avenue. Yeah, I'm certain it is. So there's Joyce on the right hand side with a hairband. Christine is holding Grace's hands, and I've got Bruce in my arms. So that was it. So that would be the time when we were at Cleveland's, and we were there all the time, because my firm bought the house, and because we were in lodgings when we first. Later, I was on my own in the lodgings with Pastor and Mr. Duncan until I got accommodation, and then I got lodgings with a Mrs. Jensen in 115 Bowles Street, Fleetwood. But when I told her that Grace was, we were expecting our first child, she wasn't very happy, because she used to have visitors and do all for summer time. So instead of, we used to have the front room of the house, and right at the very top of the house, there were large houses, and at the top of the house were our bedroom. So when I told her that Grace was expecting, she wasn't very happy about it. She says, well, I don't want you to leave, because I don't want you to be having to look round in. So she offered the basement to us. Well, we managed there just for a while. There was one room and a big bedroom, a very large kitchen, and then kind of a scullery with a cooker and all the necessary things. But it was in a basement, and you could look in the bedroom, and you could kind of look up and see the street, you know. So I said to my boss, well, we can't manage, because we got very little sunshine, and that affected Joyce a bit, because she wasn't getting the proper fresh air and the sun. So Mr. Gibbs, well, I used to call him Stan, he said, well, we'll go out, and we went to Cleaver's, and we saw this house for sale, and the firm bought it, and so I moved there.
So then, the firm then rented it to you?
Yeah, that was all right. But she was, and Dr. Preston was the doctor that was, fortunately, when we lived in with this lady in this big house, fortunately we only had to go across the road, and the doctor said he was at the corner, and it was a Dr. Preston. He was a very, very good doctor, very kind, looked well after Grace and everything. And I know it was about 8 o'clock one night, then the midwife had come to see Grace, and she said, will you pop across and ask the doctor if he can come, because I think we need him now. And so I went to Dr. Preston and I said, can you come across please, doctor, because you need it, because the nurse thinks the baby's on the way. And because he pulled my leg away, he said, you will come now, I was just going to do the pictures. I said, I'll come across. And he was very good because he specialised in childbirth, because he found out in his later life that his own mother died during the time when he was being born. And he took that up as his... So he came across and we had it, and then my brother Stan, he had the job eventually. He did the dedication service, the christening service, eventually.
For Joyce.
For Joyce, and for Bruce, and for Christine. So we did very well, but we enjoyed it very, very much indeed. Yeah.